Yes, good day, class. I welcome you to our day segment where we are going to talk about effects of hormones during puberty. I just want us to quickly go and explore on this one. Main changes that takes place during puberty, which are controlled by various hormones. So first and foremost, I want to quickly define what is puberty. You need to understand that sexual reproduction in humans can only take place once an individual reaches puberty. So puberty is the period of growth. What is puberty? What is puberty in this regard? So we are saying it is just puberty is the period of growth when the sex organs develop and start to produce sex cells. When the sex organs develop and start to produce sex cells, that's what we mean by puberty. And one thing that you need to understand is that these changes of the body are controlled by hormones. They are controlled by hormones. And I'm also quickly going to define what is hormones. What is hormones? All these systems that we are talking about, or that we are to talk about, are as a result of hormones, which you need to understand that hormones. What are hormones? Hormones are basically chemical substances that regulate various functions in the body. Uh, They are chemical substances that regulate various functions in the body. Chemical substances, chemical substances that regulate various functions, various functions in the body. There are chemical substances that regulate various functions in the body, those are called hormones. So I would like us to quickly go and look into, we want to quickly go and look into this. What is happening is that these chemical substances that we are talking about as hormones, we have got female hormones and we have got also male hormones. So on my board here, I have just indicated that there is female, which is also one other side here, and then we've got male on the other side there. On the right side, left side is female, and male is on the what? On the right side. Let us quickly just start with the female. So in the female, we are saying from the brain, there are hormones that are produced from the brain. From the brain, we have got what is called the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland, it is there which produces a variety of hormones. I'm saying in female, we have got the pituitary gland, which produces the pituitary gland, which produces a multiple of hormones. So let us start with these hormones that are produced there. Uh, I'm sure the faint arrows that are on the board, you can see them. From the female, we have got what is called luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone, it is it's a hormone that we are saying it causes ovulation. It is a hormone in female that causes ovulation. It causes ovulation in female. So what is happening is the arrows here, I'm saying this is arrow number 1, arrow number 2, and then number 3. So in terms of that, what I'm basically saying is that we have got 3 hormones that are produced from what? From the pituitary gland, which is from the pituitary gland is the luteinizing hormone, the growth hormone, and the follicle stimulating hormone. These are hormones that are produced from, this is the female. We are talking about the female hormones. Female hormones. These are the female hormones that are produced from what? From the pituitary gland. So let's just look into them. I just quickly summarize them by pasting them on the body there. So the luteinizing hormone, like I said, in female, it causes ovulation, and then it causes ovulation. So the arrow is showing the target organ. the luteinizing hormone, it targets the ovaries. It targets the ovaries, and its effects is that it affects, or its effects are on what? On the ovary to trigger ovulation. It triggers ovulation, triggers ovulation. It triggers ovulation. Where does it take place? We are saying from what? From the ovaries. Triggers ovulation. From what? From the ovaries. Ovulation from ovaries. That is what is happening there. It triggers ovulation from what? From the ovaries. So what happens is that it triggers ovulation from the ovaries, which would also enable what? The corpus luteum to start to produce progesterone. When ovulation occurs, when ovulation takes place, when ovulation occurs, what we are saying, or what you need to understand, is that ovulation, ovulation, it also, ovulation, what we are saying is that uh, when ovulation occurs, the corpus luteum start to produce corpus luteum. It starts to produce what? To produce progesterone. So here you can see the arrows are just pointing the target organs of the what? Of the hormone that is produced. So in other words, what I'm basically saying is that ovulation is triggered by what? Is triggered by LH, which is the luteinizing hormone, and then it is taking place in the ovaries. When that occurs, we have got corpus luteum that would enable the progesterone to start to be produced there, and then when that occurs, as you can see here on this arrow, where the arrow is coming to, I'm saying from where our arrow is pointing to, you can see that from where our arrow is pointing to, it is coming to point to what? To is coming to point to what? Is coming to point to the ovary, which we are saying that progesterone starts to be produced. Progesterone starts to be secreted after ovulation. It is start to be produced after ovulation from what? From the corpus luteum, which is the thin membrane that remains in the ovary after the egg has been released. And then you can see progesterone, it targets the uterus lining. Progesterone, when it is produced, what happens with the progesterone? It targets the uterus lining, keeps, and then what is its effect? Keeps the endometrium lining of the uterus intact to allow embryo to implant itself. So in cases of pregnancy, the endometrium must be thickened. So it is thickened by what? By progesterone. Progesterone thickens up the endometrium. It takes place after ovulation is occurred. Immediately after ovulation takes place, the thickening of the endometrium starts to occur as a result of the progesterone, which will be preparing for implantation if ever there is any case of what? If ever there is any case of fertilization, when that, from that released egg there. So we also have the growth hormone, which is hormone number 2. The growth hormone, which is from the pituitary gland, we have got also the growth hormone here. The growth hormone, it targets the whole body. The growth hormone targets the whole body. What does it do? The growth hormone, basically, I want us to understand that it actually controls the rate of growth and causes the increased growth rate associated with what? With it actually, the growth hormone, what I'm saying is that it controls rate of growth and causes increased growth rate. It controls growth rate. It controls growth rate. Controls growth rate. It controls growth rate. The growth hormone controls growth rate. And then what you need to understand is that, again, therefore, it causes rapid growth that is associated, causing rapid growth associated with what? With the puberty. Stimulating rapid growth associated with puberty. Associated with puberty. So in that regard, what we are saying is that growth hormone, it actually targets the whole body. Growth hormone targets the whole body class. And then rapid growth in height is what we also need to know that it takes place. The body, we are saying growth hormone, it targets the whole body, resulting in rapid growth in height, in mass weight, and so forth. Anything that has to do with the gaining of the body weight and growth is as a result of the growth hormone. And then thirdly, we have got the third hormone, which we need to understand is the follicle stimulating hormone, FSH. The follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone, it targets also, it targets what? The ovaries, targets the ovaries, and also produces, it helps to what? An ovary to produce a mature ovum to start to produce what? Oestrogen. So oestrogen is produced when a mature ovum is there. When mature ovum is there, and therefore we can have what? We can have oestrogen being produced, which is caused as a result of what? The follicle stimulating hormone. So when that happens, we are saying the oestrogen targets the whole body. Oestrogen targets the whole body. So it targets the whole body. The effect of oestrogen is targets the whole body, which happens. What are the effects? Secondary sexual characteristics, which are such as what we are saying. Secondary characteristics that takes place are such as secondary. We are talking about maturities or physiological changes that would appear after a person or a person has reached what? Puberty. So in this case, we are saying breasts start to develop, sex organs develop, hips widen up, body hair, body hair grows. We also have other things such as rapid height, rapid growth in height can also be listed as additional point there. Rapid growth in height, rapid growth in height can also be an additional point in that case. So the secondary characteristics got quite a lot of them. We talk about skin gets oilier and pimples may also develop. Pimples may develop and the skin will get oilier. We also have to talk about the increase in the vagina size. The periods start also in a year after. We also talk about even the growth of the breast that has already been marked also in this regard. So these are the what? The hormones that are produced in the what? In females. Those are the hormones that are produced from what? From the female, which are triggered by the pituitary gland. You should understand that they are triggered by the pituitary gland there. That is what is happening with regards to female. And then let's look into male, into men. Men, we also have the pituitary gland, and then similar hormones are also produced. We have got LH, we have got growth hormone, and as well as follicle stimulating hormone that are produced. And then, like I said, the follicle stimulating hormone in men, it targets the whole body, affects, sorry, the luteinizing hormone, the LH, it actually targets the testicles. LH targets the what? The testes, and then the testes must start to produce sperms, or spermatozoa is produced as a result of what? As a result of this LH that we are referring, the LH hormone that we are talking about, the LH that we are referring to, LH hormone, it is produced, and then we are saying that it is responsible for what? For maturation. It is actually responsible for the production of the what? Of the spermatozoa. So when the spermatozoa is produced, therefore we are saying it is the sperm cells that are responsible for further functions. Let's look into the growth hormone. The growth hormone in men also, the growth hormone in men, it targets the whole body. Rapid height, rapid growth in height, that is what happens there. And then we also need to look in the follicle stimulating hormone, the follicle stimulating hormone as well, which we are saying the follicle stimulating hormone, it targets the what? It targets also the testes to produce testosterone. Testosterone is produced from the testes. And then let's look into this again. Just for you to see, we are saying the what? The test, this hormone, which we are saying uh, the follicle stimulating hormone. The follicle stimulating hormone, it actually targets the testes also. So therefore, the testosterone hormone can be produced. When this happens, we are to understand that the secondary characteristics also will kick in. The secondary characteristics will also kick in, which are such as what? Uh, Testosterone, it targets the whole body. Testosterone is produced from testicles or from the testes, and then it also targets the whole body, responsible for secondary characteristics development, which are also such as what? Deepening of the voice, the deepening of the voice deepens up, that is to become hoarse, and then sex organs develop also. We have got the muscles also develop, pubic or body hair growth, uh, such as those factors, the whitening of the shoulders. We also maybe also talk about the penis and the testicles increasing in size. Uh, these various characteristics are called what? They are called secondary characteristics development. So what you need to understand again is that the hormones operate through what is called a negative feedback mechanism, which I just want to quickly just give to the class. What is negative feedback? I just want to quickly define what is negative. What is negative feedback? Negative feedback. Negative feedback is just a system of the body which identifies that when conditions in the body changes, it actually brings the body or produce the opposite effect to the changes that the body is experiencing. It is some conditions in the body. When conditions in the body changes, such mechanism in the body produces the opposite effect. It's a system of the body that counter effect changes that the body undergoes. A system of the body that brings about that brings about the body to operate normally, to operate what normally. It gives the opposite effect, giving the opposite effect of what the body is undergoing. That is, i.e., producing an opposite effect of what the body is experiencing. Opposite effect producing an opposite effect uh, of what the body is experiencing. So, for example, the changes, the negative effect, like I'm saying here now, is that in terms of these hormones, the hormones they operate within their within their parameters, which are regulated as a result of what the effect is going through. For example, in terms of we are saying if the endometrium is thickening and the person is what is pregnant, there is actually no chance that we can have uh, luteinizing hormone being produced. The production of luteinizing hormone is what it is stopped as a result of what of as a result of the production as the reason of pregnancy, resulting in continuous secretion of progesterone. So what we are saying is that a negative effect system, it gives the opposite effect of what the body is experiencing, which enables the body to what to maintain its narrow limits, which is another topic which you actually have to look at, known as what is called homeostasis. The homeostasis, the ability of the body to operate within its narrow limits, it is as a result of what? It is as a result of a negative feedback mechanism, which helps to give the opposite effect of what the body is experiencing. Thermoregulation it's an example. Osmoregulation, the balancing of water in the body is an example. All these various systems, the balancing of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the body, the balancing of glucose and glycogen in the body, they are all various systems that are controlled through negative effects. So what we are saying is that we are to understand the various hormones as they are asked. In most cases, you would see that our examiners, they give us such a question like this, where these are just shown as ABC and identify hormone, what. Identify which hormone is what. So please take note of this one. It's just quite a short presentation, but very important as we go towards our exams to know which hormones are produced and what is their target organs, the effect of hormones, various hormones during puberty, the effect of various hormones during puberty. Just take note of it. Thank you for watching and keep on connected. Don't forget to subscribe. We are going to continuously do some revisions. Here now we are just summing up some one or a few concepts that we might feel that they've been left behind, but full papers are coming. Keep connected. We are to get distinctions this year and above. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day.